This was the Sinfin Tannery site, a haven for wildlife and protected common lizards. Unfortunately, Shanks Waste, along with the councils, have now started construction of the waste incineration plant, which will pollute the community for the next 25 years. Just going to cross the road. The site has been devastated. It's been completely stripped bare by workers on the site. It's been cleared completely of anything wildlife related. It's a hive of activity on a Saturday morning. This used to be a site for foxes and rabbits and all manner of different forms of wildlife, including, as I say, the protected species of lizard, Derby's only population. Just coming up to the notice to terminate sign, which tells us that gives notice that the public can no longer have access to the site, obviously due to the work that's taking place. Interestingly, it's signed by Paul Robinson, who's now the acting chief executive of Derby City Council, and he's quite clearly a time traveller, because you'll notice that the date is the 15th of August 2015. I knew Derby City Council could do a lot of things, but I didn't realise they were time travellers. But there we go. As you can see on site, lots of work taking place. There's Sainsbury's and B&Q right next to. And just moving up to the railway cottages that were until recently lived in by local residents. Shanks Waste forced residents out of the houses by purchasing the properties from the previous landlord, having paid them £390,000, and they now propose to knock them down at a time when Derby needs housing. We shouldn't be knocking down properties which are perfectly serviceable, but quite clearly Shanks Waste don't want members of the public to overlook the site. Ultimately, who would want to live next to such a tip anyway? I certainly wouldn't, but it's just important that we know what Shanks Waste are doing in Derby, and quite clearly if we can afford to spend nearly £400,000 to knock properties down, then they're getting paid too much for what they're doing. This is Sinfin Lane, the ex-Sinfin Tannery site, which was a haven for wildlife, and now it's being destroyed for a giant waste incineration plant to be constructed. Derby City Council and Derbyshire County Council think it's a green alternative to landfill. All we're doing is landfilling in the sky.